Alright. Finally back home. I'm playing some Genshin after this. But right now, the game I am playing is this. The fun thing about playing on an emulator now rather than on the actual web with these Flash games is that everything relies on your hardware now. Along with the fact that we have faster internet now and stronger, although that doesn't really matter anymore, and computers are stronger now means loading times barely take anything anymore. Man, the Flash games that allowed you to do fun things while the games were loading. You're not gonna have much of a chance to try having fun with those now, because why would you when you can just play the game itself immediately, you know? I digress. Ultimately, we gain more than we lose. Although we already lost too much by Flash being discontinued. Oh well. The old will come and go. I think this tiny gas controller has trouble reconnecting once it disconnects. Which I think is a serious problem. Especially when the laptop turns off. And then I gotta use the computer again, and then I gotta use the controller again. I'll go see if I can do anything about it. Otherwise, it's an inconvenience I'll just have to deal with apparently. Anyway, where are we now? Alright, I'm going back to Beatrice.
Brings out a my show game and they play to me. Or a win, but Olin just laughs, saying it's good to have someone. She asks why and so does Argo. Then it shows what's Ellen bending my disease. Yeah. Teachers could learn to about you for a moment. Even if we ever did another programming tournament again, I still want to be your friend. Episode 10, Out of the Past. Regaining a little self-esteem, Cora decides to meditate and put some of Tenzin's teachings into practice alone. She heads up to the rooftop. It's snowing, it's windy and cold, but she sits down to meditate anyway. And when the wind stills around her, she stops shivering, using her breath to control her body temperature. She realizes that she has just airbeat. Cora leaps into the air.
Is there no way for me to check?
Olin bursts out onto the rooftop, scared that something had just happened. The two then spot an explosion in the distance. I have to face a mob. First,
the skills that I have.
And this is something that I prepared earlier. Remember the whole breathing control thing? Yeah, there you go. And to be clear, I would actually prefer this to take even longer, like if we had multiple seasons to play with, but we don't. Cora and Bolin sneak into Asami's mansion using those same maps that she gave Marco all that time ago. A special tunnel that leads under her property. There they find Tarlok locked up. When he says that his bending is gone, they wonder why he's still being kept here. After all, he let Korra go. Tarlok reveals it's because he knows who Amon is. And we get that full flashback about Noatok straight out of the series. Tarlok is his brother, and Mikone, the ruthless Bender, is their father. With only one change. Mikone leaves Noatok with a brutal scar across his face in his final fight. Korra finally understands Aang's visions. He was pointing her all this time towards Mikone. Episode 11, Turning the Tide. Korra and Bolin confront Asami in her home, demanding she explain why she betrayed them. I betrayed you, she exclaims. You betrayed me when you joined Tarlok's task force, when you saw what they were doing and you did nothing. All we wanted was to be treated like equals, not an underclass. Bolin turns around. I mean, look at you. You made it. You're wealthier than any of us will ever be. Asami's eyes narrow, but Korra speaks up. That's it, right? It's so easy to point to you and think everything's... But it's not. I know you're the exception, and then there's all the rest who never made it.
That's honestly really cool.
You don't have to get rid of bending. It's just going to be more fighting, more resentment. There are other ways. Asami softens for a moment, then hardens and seizes up her allegiance to attack. Fight ensues, and Korra doesn't reveal her airbending, relying on those airbending moves to avoid and dodge, just like Tenzin taught her. Meanwhile, a fight breaks out in Marco's part of the city, and a group of Benders begins to destabilize the neighborhood, begins to tear up foundations, and equal to start an electric fire. As Marco looks out, he sees the man and is killed.
Oh, it changes even further.
Marco watches from the apartment building above, and initially wants to leap into the fray to go after the man. All he sees all the nearby buildings are in danger. The fire is climbing higher, and when he looks back at the old woman who saved him, he realizes what he needs to do. Marco begins saving everyone, this group of non-benders from the growing fire, using his bending to put it out and get them to safety. You don't have to fight, the old woman tells him after saving the last one. Just leave. Marco catches the eye of the man who murdered his mother. They stare at each other from across the frame. Marco turns around, both from vengeance and from violence, at least this time. Returning to Korra and Bolin carves a way out of the mansion, and the two escape into the poorer parts of the city. Episode 12, Endgame. Korra and Bolin eventually come across Marco, his safeguard air group of non-benders amidst the bomb. Marco almost brings himself to apologize to Bolin. Gets caught up in his anger and frustration from his mother's death, but doesn't. The Korra reveals Asami. That feeling of betrayal and anger returns and intensifies for him. Flyers are dropped from the sky, calling for a huge equalist rally from the arena, where Amon states that an historic event is about to take place. The trio rush to the proving arena, and they see Amon and Asami down on the stage, and they reveal that they have captured Tenzin and his family, just like we see in the show. And we realize that this historic event will mean wiping airbending ever. Asami glances to the side while Amon speaks about removing airbending from the world. She's uncomfortable, but she stands by him.
That replaces my defense? Oh no, it doesn't.
Korra interrupts. Amon assures the crowd that
I guess this is fine.
Even if he should die, his right-hand man, Asami, would succeed her to finish the fight. And just like in the show, Korra reveals his secrets. Amon has been lying to you, or should I call you Noatok? Amon doesn't have a special power to take away bending. He uses blood bending to do it. But the crowds just don't believe. In response, Amon reveals his face, rippled and scarred from an attack by a bender. Except, unlike in the show, the scar is real, it isn't painted, and it won't wash off. It is from his father, Mikone, even if it was a bend. It always irritated me that this kind of fell apart after seeing Amon's scar melt away, as if realizing that because Amon lied to me about something, it meant that non-benders' concerns just didn't matter anymore. It just felt like a cheap way to destroy me. But knowing Amon would be reluctant to use blood bending under so Marco, Korra, and Bolin to rescue Tenzin. Korra unties the others while Marco and Bolin call them off, and they flee into the corridors of the pro-bending arena, up to the roof. Tenzin gets his family out on a sky bison piloted by the nervous Beibon. Marco, Bolin, and Korra turn to face Amon, who has followed them up and burst out onto the roof. Out of sight of the public, Amon isn't afraid of them, and he quickly subdues both Bolin and Marco. Not gonna bloodbend me too, Cora yells. I am not afraid. You have all the Amon shoves Bolin to his knees, about to remove his bending, when Cora reveals her enemy, shunting Amon to the ground. Tenzin watches from afar. She can airbend, he says, cheering her on. Fashion, even if you kill her, just be filled with fire and light. But I see you need to touch her. Shocked but not defeated, Amon bloodbends her as well. But Cora, having a new mastery over her body thanks to the airbend training, is able to just enough to prevent one more hit. Knocking Amon unconscious.
Quick, so-called, I need to...
Asami bursts out on the roof, shocks Bolin in the back. Seeing Amon down, she leaps into the fight with Marco and Cora, dodging bending attack after bending attack. She too is taken by surprise with Cora's airbending, but eventually gets the upper hand on Marco. Furious at Marco's treatment of non-benders, she pins him down to the ground.
Dang, I don't have eyes.
Telling her about his mother.
Oh well, guess I'm just laughing.
Cora begs Asami to stop, that it's over, that they can solve this another way. Then Asami steps back and sighs. Tell me how, she says. Asami appears in front of the rally and holds up Amon's broken mask and declares to the crowd, Amon has fallen, but in his last moments he brought us what we have all been fighting for. A better world for non-beings like you, like me. Too long has the world treated us like second-class citizens. We don't want to live in the shadows of our own city. In jobs, we need a voice in the way our city is run. And with his last breath, Amon brought us what we have been fighting for. What we... Republic City will no longer be ruled by a council of benders, but all of you will vote for who should lead us. And as part of this peace, she pauses. Back for her. We will govern without the Avatar. Shocked gasps abound when this is revealed, because Cora wasn't expecting this either. She wasn't told. Asami seems to have decided this for herself. Fei Fong, having arrived during the negotiations, steps up and Asami continues. We have shown the world that with this new technology we can bring order to Republic City. That thugs and bending tyrants are no longer a threat to us. The police force has for far too long been dominated by benders who didn't know what it was like for us. With this new technology, non-benders will ensure equality before the law too. Asami goes on. Do not let the world say we want to love. We want to live. And for that, we do not need the Avatar. The Avatar will leave Republic City. The crowd cheers for Cora to go, who is shocked by Asami's sudden reveal. They had agreed to a peace, but not to this. Backstage, Cora says that she could have done the speech, that she is the Avatar after all, but Asami insists that a non-bender had to do it. Sometimes, people need to solve their own problems. I'm the Avatar. I'm meant to help. You're the bender of all things, even without your powers. Some may want revenge, but it's the only thing that will stop most of the equals from fighting. It's one powers. It's whatever. I know how much you're ever known. Marco speaks up. People don't want violence. They don't release their opponents, their lives. And this is one way to make precious. I know, but I was trying to love my those who want it. See, this evening, why is it not involved in thirst too much, but by understanding yourself and the world? But more importantly, it was always a little odd that in the show, the problem was violence and bending and not caring about the damage that they do. And Cora kind of solved the problem with more violence and more bending and more property destruction. It's kind of like Lex Luthor insisting that Superman is too powerful and he destroys too many cities, and Superman just destroys New York while fighting him to say, hey, that's not true. Yeah, just to hate him, not by empathizing with Asami and understanding their concerns and finding another way other than violence, which she always relied on. She was symptomatic of the problem, and this is about the show also doesn't recognize non-Bender concerns as much as it could have. It gives us a non-Bender president in the second season, but nothing more. And because it falls apart after Ramon's reveal, it suggests that all of this was only motivated by his malice and personality cult. I think we need some more recognition of those systemic issues when putting the Equalists down. Make them lose popular support by giving the moderates what they want, and the radicals won't have the power to do as much anymore. In this rewrite, there are
right, so this section of the game kinda confuses me, but this is as much of the game as I remember. Alright, I gotta fight this guy.
Also plays into what I feel is the overriding theme.
Roar! How dare you kill my brother? Revenge will be mine. Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down? I am a fire general for the almighty Drake and Distinctus. Although you may often refer to as Dark Abyss, I'm the brother of the water general you destroyed. What you doing? I'm the guard of the Dragon's Fire. I'll never let you or anyone close to it. That's what you were building down at Cave. Your brother was the guardian of the Abyss Fire you were constructing. Well, I got news for you. Your brother was a puss. I'll make you eat those wood as well as my laser sword. That's not a laser sword.
Which, and I'm gonna build on this in future videos, that the world is finding a way to work without Avatar, challenging their role in politics and life. And moving on, Marco finally apologizes to Bolin for how far he took
that still hurt a lot.
Reconcile. Marco and Asami are tense, but they shake hands and admit that they don't want to repeat the same mistakes that happened with both parents. Tenzin hugs Korra, impressed with how she airbended, but then criticizes her form and then reiterates our gratitude. A team of waterbenders and Nilbenders secretly take him away, kept inside a metal box and chained still to prevent him waterbending as much as possible. However, Tarlok ambushes the convoy, takes his brother, and the two escape into the sunset on a boat. Tarlok explains the Equalists have been defeated, but they can live out the rest of their lives together. Amon, having lost everything, takes both of their lives. I always really loved that scene. The final scene in the series has Korra sitting on the edge of one of Republic City's massive skyscrapers. She's playing with a small ball of air and wonders if she will ever get her bending back. At which point, Aang appears to her, saying he's proud because at our lowest point, we are open to the greatest change. He doesn't give her her bending back like it happens in the show, but he does tell her that the world is full of strange spirits and powers, and that there may be a way to restore them out. With that tiny glimpse of hope, Korra sets out to discover what that means. I was always disappointed, not that they gave her her bending back, but that it happened so easily, literally within 13 minutes of her losing it. I wanted there to be real consequences to the Equalist.
Right, why do we have a bolt rifle? We got it for free. Why don't we just use it all the time? I thought our class only uses martial weapons. Why don't we just use a gun now? And why do we gotta use the arrow keys?
And allowing her the time to internalize who she is without it was vital. Now, there is evidence to suggest that this was actually a corporate interference.
This is basically a stupid ass quick time event minigame. It's really stupid.
It does feel tacked on right now.
And yeah, despite us using WASD, this one in particular uses the arrow keys.
We don't know. This rewrite also gives strong.
By the way, if you miss one event, you die.
Creates a sort of symmetry between them that plays into the narrative conflict and gives more personal stakes. The reveal of Orochi Sato being an Equalist was good, but Asami being one would have meant so much more. Here it's an arc. Asami is also, well, a little perfect. Making her a little more flawed makes her more interesting. What do you think of this rewrite though? I mean, does it solve your main concerns, and how would you rewrite it? And if you do love writing, like me, then Campfire is something designed for you. It's a platform created by writers for writers, with pages for characters and cities and magic systems and timelines, anything you want. But I'm gonna be honest, the best way you decide is to try for free, and you can, so don't just listen to me. Click.
Well done on your last mission. There's no time for celebration. Virgilius is under attack. Your forces are accumulating in the Divine Wood. They haven't reached their checkpoints yet, but it will happen. That is unless we destroy the spire they built in the woods. That traitor must have told them about the Divine Wood. It cloaks all magical activity happening from within. Ancient cults used to make sacrifices in the woods, and no one could sense what was happening within the outside. That... Man, I hate that I know grammar now. Quickly head to the Divine Woods from the southeast exit. Find the spire and destroy it. It will be deep in the wood. What level am I now?
Link down below. I do my best to only take sponsors I feel are going to be valuable to you, and these guys, well, they definitely do that. I personally really like the character design stuff, and I found that the interface is a lot more accessible than other systems. It lets you keep track of everything and integrate it all so you can see when two characters never
Divine
interact,
Wood is on the south
the only time Legolas and Frodo ever speak to each other. That you
It's only level 8
as well as who
actually.
is dead and alive at any given time. But that is all. Stay nerdy, and I'll see you later.
I think I'll go get mana charge. I'll go get this. But I hate the chains, they're so stupid looking.
The Legend of Korra is amazing. This is a Korra love space. Give me a Korra good in the comments. And this is just a fun thought experiment. No story is perfect.
Danny kind of forgot about the Iron Fleet.
Here are the rules. 1. They only had 14 episodes, meaning so do we. 2. We are fixing the story, not rewriting it entirely. Because it is easy to sit back and be the guy who says, well, they should have just done something completely different. Though, I will admit that I'm gonna bend this rule a little bit, but only for this season, because... And today's video is sponsored by Adam and... which, if I may say, has been an absolute pleasure of a sponsor to work. Use my code FUTURE to get 50% off one item at adamandeve.com.
Oh my god, I can't believe...
This follows on from our season 1 replay. So, previously on Legend of Korra. The Avatar leaves of Comic City, while the Science Equalist, she eventually realized that hitting Winnebago was not the only way to solve their problems. And take heart. Though the patch is over, Korra has lost all the elements except for one. Air. Episode 1, Rebel Spirit. Korra has returned to the Southern Water Tribe with Tenzin in hopes that Katara's healing might be able to bring her bending back. But it doesn't work. Aang came to me and explained to Korra, and he said that there are great powers out there in the world that can help. I have no idea where to start. Meanwhile, back in Republic City, Asami, Mako, Lin Beifong, and Bolin are working to create a new peace between Benders and non-Benders, performing police force to include Benders and their new technology, setting up job programs, and electing a council with equal representation. Asami explains that all of these changes, a large radical branch of the Equalists have gone to hiding, but it's still out there. Pro-bending is now more popular than ever, especially because there's a new variant of it where non-benders are able to the new technology that Sato Industries has provided for delivering. Mako is still skeptical of Asami, who forced Korra to leave the city, but Bolin keeps the peace with him. Asami insists that getting business back to the city is crucial to the mission of the fleet, which is when we're introduced to Merrick. Promises huge investment with wild business ideas. How about a sports tournament with all the nations and they can compete? No, wait, it'll just be us and all of the other nations can watch how amazing we are. Then we'll call it the World Series to spite all of them. Ultimately, though, they bond over a sheer desire to bring peace to the city. Returning to Korra in the south, we see how in the years since the 100 War, the south has rapidly rebuilt. It's developed an oil industry and a
Ah, yeah. For some reason, the lightsaber's special gimmick is that it deals more damage against Abyss enemies. So the sword is literally just way better because it can wound enemies, which makes no sense. Why would a melee weapon made of pure energy be only effective against a specific type of enemy? Oh my god, that's an AK-47.
The fear itself was built over an important altar site. During the 100 Years of War of the Tara series, the city's forgotten this place. Legend says it was where we first landed. The ocean's East LA. Now, behind her is a group of Southerners who are carrying out the old tradition of the Tara blessing, led by Unalaq, Korra's uncle and chieftain of the North Water Tribe. Korra participates in this cultural blessing, but when the ritual asks her to put an end to the fight, backs away, pretending she has to be somewhere else from vague avatar regions. The explosion inside the city draws Korra away. Just like in the show, a rebel spirit is attacking the fear, but we're gonna change one small thing about that spirit, right? It's not gonna be a dark spirit like the demon-inspired creature that we see in the show, but it's gonna be more of a twisted version of a seared ocean creature. Not unlike Henbai in The Last Airbender was a twisted version of a panda that represents the forest. One of the things that I never liked about Season 2, and I don't think many people liked it, was that it introduced this dichotomy of good and evil spirits, when they were always meant to be these otherworldly, unknowable beings. So we're turning away from that visual aesthetic. As the spirit attacks the celebrations, Korra and Tenzin can't bring it down. It's only when Unalaq intervenes and destroys the fierce world that was built over top of its sacred spiritual location, it confronts the spirit with courage and transforms back into its original. Unalaq turns to Korra. The South's corrupted cultures and spirits. They've forgotten who they are. This place. Desecration of atmosphere. You, Avatar. It's your. Korra is shocked that Unalaq figured this out. She hasn't really told anyone, but that's what happened. The Montauk. Trying to find it again. Unalaq nods. See. Avatar. No. Korra. May I? Much like the Water Tribes, I believe you must return to your culture to understand where waterbending truth comes from. You will find it.
The moon?
He offers to train her in the old and forgotten arts of the Water Tribe. Tenzin resists this, and he insists, no, I am your mentor. This is not how it's meant to be, but Korra gets up and asks, how are you willing to help with it? I want to be back. Korra does go with the love. Tenzin must so, it's one. It's most of the show, right? The science of the Season 2 plays on the fascinating idea that post-colonial or post-genocide peoples often struggle to hold on to their cultural heritage. There's this economic incentive, right, to form as they reintegrate into the global world, taking on Fire Nation Earth culture.
I have exactly 1,000.
Traditions is really difficult in that environment. We see that in our own. This corruption, I think, is best expressed in a corrupted version of a spirit, rather than this Episode 2, Southern Lights. Korra joins it. Father, Toprak, is the chief himself. In the Solstice Dome, reverently he says, money is finally flowing back into the south. Why the lost back heritage and our traditions, asks Korra. Mother intervenes. Building this place up again hasn't been easy. It's not the same people we once were, aren't the same people we were before. People leave big cities all over. This is bringing jobs back. It's bringing money, life back into this place we love.
Oh.
Be the South, and we can still find out who we're meant to be. Not sure what to say. Korra explains that she's going to train the club, or something. Korra is kind of vulnerable to the side of culture. She's lost her identity, and she needs to find a way back. And it's not just part of who she is as the Avatar, it's her original culture, right? She is a warrior at heart. Father warns her that Unalaq is a different. but Korra doesn't budge. She senses a history between them. At night, Korra dreams of a strange forest. At the Republic City, Eric is building this factory that hires both non-mutant technicians and mutants. Asami and Mako are inspecting one of the factories when an Equalist assassin breaks in and tries to kill Asami. Mako saves her, and they theorize that it must be the last remnants of Amon's radicals trying to take her out in a final revenge. But Mako isn't so sure. Bei Fong and the police force meet Mako has been appointed a detective. Upon inspecting the body, they find a tattoo of a dragon. Hey, it's almost Unalaq takes Korra deep into the wilderness towards the South Pole, just like he does.
Hey, found it.
He explains that long ago, the South made a pact with the spirits. That pact has long been broken. That during the 100-Year War, it was even forgotten. That they neglected it, and they made it even worse by neglecting their culture as they do now. They come upon the spirit forest at the South Pole, the wildness show to love. This ancient forest is to only war and time separate. Since then, the South has neglected its spirits, much like this place.
What?
You can see it. It needs the North to guide it back to the place. You see, we did not forget. We found a metal deposit here, amidst the forest, stripped it dry from any and provides nobody else's part of it. All in the elements in apart. Corrupted spirits limping in the shadows attack them. And a fight ensues. And Unalaq presses her, "You know what you have to do, Avatar." And Korra, with a blast of her airbending, brings the mine shaft down on itself. The spirits return to normal. That'll placate for a time, says Unalaq, but the problem runs much deeper than a few years here. Culture runs deep. It's hard to change. We
Oh.
must look to the past for the pact and uphold it, while I bring the South to us. She asks what the pact was, and Unalaq admits he doesn't know, that she needs to find out what it is as they are. When they return, they find northern forces arriving in the South. Hey, episode 2
God.
isn't that different, right? We've
Look
got
at all these fucking shit we have.
Eric and Asami in Republic City, and Unalaq taking over the forest and North arriving. The only real difference here is that we're not introducing spirit plot. At least, not yet. It will come. One of the core issues with season 2
We don't
is that
really
there's
need the
really
magic
these two
percent.
stories that don't work together
I need
at
more
all.
magic
We've
reserve.
got, first up in the series, this Civil War plot, where Unalaq is trying to bring back the South to its roots, its culture. And then, I sigh, there's the evil kite plot, where Unalaq is pure evil and just wants to conquer the world and become Satan. It just makes me laugh. There is no narrative for to learn about Avatar 1. The way that they set up the story in the show is this hard left turn right in the middle of the series that just forgets the Civil War plot entirely. Don't come back to it. So I want to fix that by introducing this concept of Southern Pact. It ties together that, or it needs to get bending back to her looking to the past, and it's the Civil War plotline. Episode 3, Civil Wars, Part 1.
Let's go get everything.
Southerners immediately begin to organize and resist this northern occupation. But there is also a sizable group welcomed, who we saw at the start. Think of this as uniting with their sister tribe, as a way back to tradition, to remembering who they are,
Gross.
rather than being the puppets of the Earth King, Fire Nation. She comes between the two sides, You're on their side, I'm not on anyone's side. Just like you see in the show when that small girl hurls a snow. You're the worst Avatar ever. That night, a band of Southerners break Blood's room. They knock him out and kidnap him, just the same as in the show, but Korra intervenes. Stay out of this, Avatar, says one. When she beats them all up and rescues Unalaq, she discovers that her father is being betrayed. Korra says, I understand that we have left behind some of who we once were. Our parents, or them. They don't have the privilege the North does. They were untouched by the war. We still barely have enemies amongst us as it is, and those we have, they leave. Our independence is valuable. We don't just want to be a poor copy. Father asks her to hand over Milan's unconscious body. For a few minutes, desperate to get her beaming back and feeling that this man is kind of the only way. Unlike recovers, but when he asks Cora if she knows who took it, she lies to her father. With the city settling into an uncomfortable calm, Cora begins to look into what this ancient pact might have been. Unlike points into a cave outside the city where settlers originally took shelter, that there might be some hints there. Cora finds the cave and sees a huge carving in the walls. It depicts a sphere of some kind, and either side of it is a planet, a pattern of which mirror into it. Cora has no idea what this means, thinks of the spirit world potentially, and wishes Tenzin there to help. It's always better with this stuff. Tenzin rejoins his family in the southern Airten, taking them around different air-nomad locations as part of their education. Just like in the show though, Jinora is strangely drawn to statues of the past, of avatars and of sky bison. Tenzin explains that the sky bison were the original beings that people had once learned from, but it's a long lost art, and he laments that they are the only air beings left in the world. The Aang was murdered too. Tenzin completed standout hardware. Episode 4, Civil Wars Part 2. Republic City, the Southern Water Tribe Embassy is involved. Argo and Lin Beifong investigate and conclude it has to do with evolving tensions down south. Fearing it must be agitated northerns in Republic City, they begin rounding up for interviews. Hey, Argo isn't convinced. Why bomb the embassy, he says. They're northerners. The last thing they'd want to do is get Republic City involved when the North has the upper hand. Lin Beifong replies, young people get swept up in all sorts of stupid things. She then laments about how hard policing is without her being and having fostered to it last season. The South, Unalak orders Tomrak's arrest. Cora's father, under suspicion,
I don't remember this plotline.
But also because he wants to control the South. Cora begs his forgiveness, where she didn't turn in. He says quietly, Unalak and I have always had a difficult relationship. He's never going to let the chief of the South. Cora insists that this is all temporary, that she'll sort it out, that she has been as the Avatar to make the balance between the spirit world and the mortal world, and this is the only way. Father shrugs, taken off his trial. See, okay, around this point in the show, we start to get the idea that Unalak is literally just a psychopath. It's all about power for himself, it's not really about tradition, and he just wants to be evil, okay? All of the other villains in the show have a real point to make. Unalak is just pure evil, he's a liar, frankly, he's boring, okay? So, unlike in the show, this isn't going to be a sham. Cora watches Tomrak get banished, but it's legitimately because he went to kill him. When asked about it, Unalak will explain that back in the Water Tribe, Tomrak harmed a similar spirit forest. Oh, he brought corrupted spirits and killed the city.
I still don't know if I should admire that woman. Ah, there you are.
In the series, this isn't going to be a lie either. Unalak is genuinely going to bring because he loves his mother. So, Unalak didn't stage any of this. Tomrak harming a spirit forest in the modernizing world is dramatically cogent, and it complicates Cora's place in the story. That conflict between her love for her family and her duty to the spirits. Something
all
that
the way over
every
here.
Avatar is going to deal with.
I can't even go here yet.
Remember who you are, Avatar, says Unalak. Duty lies to both worlds, not any one man. And also, Tomrak damaging the spirit forest doesn't destroy his character, it just makes him complicated, right? He's got a whole bunch of different things he has to manage. That night, though, Cora again dreams of that strange boy, of a lion and of the deep parts. Episode 5, Peacekeepers. Argo and Beifong continue to investigate the embassy bombing, which has since caused an international uproar of sympathy for the Southern Republics. A Triple Triad member then tips them off that they were investigating something to do with the Southern conflict. And so a deal had been struck between the North and the South. They join Asami and Barrett to insist that Republic City stay out of the South.
Nice.
Sami enlisted Southern resistance as a conflict between Beaters and non-Beaters, and she promises Sergeant Industry weapons to help the cause. But Varric is, aha! I'm already 3 steps ahead of you. He's been a patron of the Eagles for himself.
What you got? Ice. You've become quite a problem, Lily. When you know you can join us and you can become invincible. Can't you see the power coming from this spar? It's all yours to help across. No thanks. You may have destroyed my fellow generals, but I will crush you. The spar will allow us to destroy precious RDF, prepare for oblivion. Who are you? I am a ice general. The almighty Draken Distinctus, although you may often refer to us as narrative mouth. In the Garden Dragon's Spire, I'll never let you get anyone close. You look a bit cold in that. Can I get you a blankie? Aha, what's that important pencil? You can do better than that, can't you? Wow, he's the first guy too. And also, yeah, that was pretty bad. Right, electric is what we need. I don't have it equipped on anything.
Tenzin Chiron set out. Back in Republic City, Varric is producing anti-propaganda pieces to help Gunnison in the south, but unlike in the show, Bolin is not going to star in them, because personally I thought there was a terrible plotline and it just made Bolin look like an idiot, and also everything with Dana Neska, that was a horrible storyline. It was just abusive, bad, no, not doing any of that.
Hey, I may have been a bit harsh on the whole Bolin being propaganda thing. You can do that if you want. It doesn't really matter. He's not getting into a relationship with a risk, okay? What's be there? No relationship. That was bad.
But Varric and Bolin still developed an amazingly deep friendship because that was adorable and it made me laugh. In the south, the newly armed resistant members have to take one out. Cora is starting to have doubts about which side she's on, but still committed to getting back at Woodmanning to preserving that ancient pact, and she sneaks around to talk to her mother. See, for so long, Cora has worked in black and white morality. The idea that there has to be a right side to be on, there has to be a clear place for the Avatar in history, and she has to be able to do something. Her mother challenges this. Problems between the South started long ago. Can't expect to undo it today. Cora replies, incredulous, so I should just sit back and watch the Water Tribes go to war? No, but this situation out of control. This is the first time that Cora has really been confronted with the idea that something might be beyond her role as the Avatar, that it has to be solved by Mother. Mother asks whether Cora will mark the attackers coming. Cora doesn't mark, but Millark has another plan anyway. He lures the technologically armed Southerners into a sacred old team in the south. Their ignorance will see them destroyed, he says. As
Now we're going back to talk to Natasha.
Furious that these Southerners would bring such technology into a place like this.
And apparently I got a key now.
The Northerners are able to get away unscathed, but the Southerners who don't know how to interact with the spirits are defeated. Their technology is strong. Press has arrived in the south as well to document this war, as well as Varric's movie makers to document footage for his propaganda, capturing some of the corrupted spirits and the Millark's trap to use on the world stage. Tenzin and Chiron movie bond over memories of their father, Aang, just like they do in the show. I actually really like the scene. Tenzin insists that he was the perfect father, he was a model, no dad, while the others point out that he wasn't perfect, that he played favorites. Now, gotta be honest, some people kinda hate this scene. because it paints Aang as less than perfect a father, but I really like it. I think it's really dumb to extrapolate what kind of parent someone would be by their personality as a 12-year-old. But also, I think it makes total sense that Aang struggled to balance his duty to the Nomads and Tenzin as a symbol of that legacy compared to his other children. It is an interesting conflict enough to have.
Yeah, why would that be a problem?
Terrible father.
Aang being a terrible father is good. Just like Jotaro.
Jinora asks if it's possible to do that again. Tenzin insists, no, it's not. And they need to be on the train. Episode 7, Sting. In the opening moments of the episode, Sami is preparing a huge shipment of Sato extreme weapons, and then she assures will bring the conflict to its end. This will be decisive, it will be no. Northern Army just isn't equipped to fight these kind of things. At night, though, the whole warehouse is bombed. The loss of this immense stock and the bankrupt Sato Industries, which is already struggling, but Barrack kindly offers to buy out and control the stock in the company. Ah, well, come on, it's gonna be worth it for a pretty penny, and I've got a few ideas of where we can take it. The stars! How many stars? We're gonna go visit so many stars and planets and other planets and stars. Yeah, I'm out. Marco tells her not to, but Bolin says, oh, hey, Varric, he's a great guy. I've been working for him for a while. He's a lovely man. Great sense of humor, good amount of money, and Asami agrees. Marco and Beifong suspect that this bombing of the warehouse is trying to prevent Asami from providing help himself. They don't want their tribe to be humiliated. Benders have always been proud of their abilities, Asami says. Sometimes too proud. And while investigating the warehouse, Marco again finds evidence of triad, which is strange. They're a big gang that's often playing for jobs. He wonders whether this, the embassy,
got glasses.
Asami's life are connected. Asami brushes it off because of course it's going to be to do with himself. And she assures him that there are
my.
We also see various new propaganda.
It's a good thing I'm not a magician.
Solid man. Tonraq is this glorious, muscled hero. In the south, though, the fighting continues. Korra goes off to find where Tonraq was banished to and locates him on Kyoshi Island. She talks with him about the dreams she's been having and asks whether he might know wings. It's not an avatar she recognizes. Tonraq says the dreams come from strange places but should never be here. She asks if it's true. And how the spirit world. I was young. I let my fire. And it just vanished. I'm close to it. Those were nothing. See,
Oh my god, 1 damage.
I know tradition has its value, but I've also seen tradition spike. Tradition is why the North remains in the hands of a single chief while the South is trying to be more democratic. For a long time, women were forced to be healers up there, not warriors. This idea resonates with her. Swears that she will bring them back home, and she thinks that she knows what she has to do. As the Avatar, she's got a side to fight for. She returns to the South and she will turn around. This is God all alone and no, she declares. She decides that it's wrong, and she can't choose a side that can solve
Holy shit.
But her duty is to the spirits. The chorus says no, it's one. However, with little airbending training and none of the other elements, Unalaq just wipes the floor with her. And let's be honest, the fight scenes in Season 2 were top tier. Holy crap. The water in Season 2 we haven't seen amazing stuff like that. It's so it's just equal for my I want to fight scenes as much as possible. Korra attempts to walk in, turn the tides, but she's believing that she needs to be back in the difference in this war. She sets out to find this island she's having dreams of in the Fire Nation. That some ancient spirit is pulling him towards it to get her.
I'll just have to hope beyond hope. Hello there.
Cat, what's name? Now, like the show, she sets out, she's confronted by a huge corrupted
Oh my
spirit.
god.
Fight ensues, and she loses, dragged down into the ocean pits. That leads us into episode 8, Beginnings.
5,000.
Tenzin and his family need to head to the community, but Jinora says that she needs to head east, south. And asks why, she looks over and sees that there's helps bring her back and offers to help meditate with Korra explains her problem. This might help in past avatars who could have more answers, and they suspect that something was wrong. They explore this strange island but have no idea what's left. They settle down like a big and try to meditate. As I said, one of the things that always happens
God.
It's something that just interrupts the story. This is ultimately fixing. It is Korra going out to learn. As in the show, Korra meets Korra, who explains that in order to get her being back, she needed to understand how the Avatar and Painting came to be. She wants to understand her role in something. And I thought from the beginning, basically, that they're a fine story of their own, running along the world, around them. If it were up to me, the beginnings would just never have happened. But we have rules here for a reason, and these 2 episodes are a fundamental part of the season and of the wider series as a whole, so I will not cut them. I will only modify them in ways that I don't think undermine what was already there, which was good age. 1, I kinda hated how we're told that Ratha and Batu were kinda like yin and yang, they're light and dark, order and chaos. But narratively, they're not right. They're just treated as Batu never once does anything that could be conceived as good, ever. There's no way getting around it. It doesn't really fit Avatar, like that idea of morality. So we're gonna really hype up order and chaos elements of their characters and really walk away from that good versus evil. This also gives us a parallel to the Southern culture. Tradition and order are closely connected. You know, they're positive and sometimes stifling forces. And chaos is this new Southern culture. A mismatch from the rest of the world. In a way, so it's Painting is no longer going to come from the lion turtles. It's dangerous to go alone, take this. But instead, people are going to learn it by looking to the moon, ocean, sky bison, dragons, magics. This was kind of the way there was a vision in the last Airbender, and I'm not going to get into the discussion about whether or not this is a retcon. It's not. They got the elements from the lion turtles and then have to begin from the animals, but blah blah blah, I don't care about that. Changes that they just put in from the notes. Because to be perfectly honest, getting the end of the lion turtles doesn't really change that problem. It just doesn't. Humans part 1 plays out mostly the same. Humans live in the cities and effects of lion turtles, while the whole world is full of spirits. Few humans venture out because it's dangerous out there in the wild. But one and a few of his friends are banished from the city after stealing from the ruling class. Everyone expects them to die soon after because few make it, and only if they're trained, hardened warriors. But one doesn't. He finds himself living amongst badger
With the RTF.
Instead of being defensive or aggressive, he tries to respect them and live alongside
Yo.
them. Years later, One develops.
I'm gonna save up for that sword.
One returns to the Lion Turtle City.
It might be a good idea. It might just be a bad idea. Yeah, I don't really think the bad luck is all that worth it with the axe.
Years later, one chances across 2 massive spirits who, personally, let's get rid of the kites, okay? They don't look good. I've never really liked them. Like, it looks okay.
Yo.
It's like passing on their chest and they're just flying around. No, it's weird. It doesn't feel like it fits in this world, you know? So imagine the kite fight, but like in the show, it breaks them apart with newfound abilities, and rather, the spirit order is recruited, and she can only be sustained by using her. He vows to Ratha to bring Batu to justice, and now works around the world unchecked, but he needs to become more powerful because he's going to challenge him. So, Ron begins working his way around the world to learn other elements. He finds communities of humans living alongside sky bison and dragons, just as he had badgerlings. Across the years, he gains air and fire as well. Seeing how they live and truly understand these spiritual things. It's about showing that profound experience, not just treating it as something you can copy, something that you have to learn to empathize with, to align your mind with, to understand on a truly profound and personal level. These non-benders, because they have this respect for these creatures, they
Okay.
Artists, they're free, but they're destructive and uncaring. Individualistic notions that the environment is growing out of control.
Minus 25, I only lose 10.
This is rather the domain of Bartu. See what this chaos does to them. And most importantly, humans and spirits are at each other's throats and constantly getting into fighting wars. Bartu is thriving on this chaos and violence. These people order rather exists. And Bartu thrives amidst
I guess
chaos.
I only have one choice right now.
Gets up to fight him. This is good. But on the other hand, what wanders and comes across spirits who have always taken on strange chaotic forms, who rely on the constant forces of change.
Hey, a fire.
Bartu comes to them again.
Someone
See
having a
how
campfire
weak
here?
has become, and the two fight once more.
Oh,
And with Rava's help and encouragement, controlling himself and those impulsive tendencies, one wins and brings Bartu down into
That's
a
hot.
weakened state.
Fuck.
Intim presses Rava and let chaos in.
literally.
But one realizes will need both order and chaos, that it can't be one or the other. Disregarding Rava, one chooses to take
Nice
Bartu
money.
to himself.
Don't mind if I
The
do.
spirits of both order and chaos in balance with one another fuse together in a mortal human destined to reincarnate. And yet, the spirits and humans don't stop fighting. Even with the spirits of chaos fused. One's
I'll be
confused
alright.
That was meant to
He's
work.
dead.
So hard.
I knew it.
Spirits and humans, battles and wars and hatred. In the middle of a grand battle
Oh, hello
between
there.
humans and spirits, one intervenes as the Avatar and declares that humanity cannot coexist with the spirits agree to leave the portal
Another
south,
sword.
but only after they make a pact with the Southerners. They would always keep this portal open and preserve the spirit wilds around them as a symbol, a promise that one day humanity is ready, the spirits will be able to return to this world. Avatar 1 presides over that. The episode ends the same as it does in the series. The scene that I actually love. It's amazing and melancholic and
What
deeply
the
evocative.
fuck?
Kind of horrific when you think about kind of the role of the Avatar as this person destined to just sit in the fires of human conflict forever. Real commentary on, humanity's violence. Korra wakes alongside Jinora, now knowing how the original was first lived, and what the pact that the Southerners made with the spirits was. So, here's the thing. My version of Beginnings really isn't that different, or at least I don't think it's that different. I think it keeps the core concepts, and the only major things I change is one, clearly, Bartu isn't the main villain of the series because, well, he's a part of the Avatar, and, well, I kinda hate him, so, two, harmonic convergence just isn't a thing, okay? We're gonna tone down those more fantastical scenes in the series to focus on outwardly philosophical concepts. As I said, Bartu at the beginning of this thing, but it is, so I will respect that decision, But I will also admit that this is where I'm gonna take a little bit more creative liberty only for the season and the story goes. It's gonna end up in roughly the same place. We're gonna take a slightly different approach. See, the biggest criticism of Season 2 is that it is that bait and switch. There's this fascinating interplay between colonialism and tradition and war profiteering, and it's got a commentary on the Avatar's place in this new world, but then suddenly it forgets any of that. No, suddenly it's about good versus evil and the giant demon kind. Giant spirit lasers. Who thought that this was a good idea? It is the most amateur writing decision to think that simply upping the stakes can be all just sounds bad, Since they use evil characters to make something feel more dire, more important. So, no, we're gonna stick with that audience story.
Is that a new accessory?
Already set up. Episode 10, a new spirit.
Cool.
Realizing that they're atop of not only one of the land turtles of which humanity once lived, but the lion turtle that had once met, immediately Korra goes to meet it, and says, "Go come to me." It makes it recognizes her instantly. She she asks what to do about the Southern Common Tribe Civil War, and the Lion Turtle responds, "There is a day for spirits, a day for bad, and a day for good." Cora thanks Jinora and doesn't quite know what that means, asking how she can come here. "Oh," she says, "just gonna listen to the spirits." The two part ways, with Cora heading south and Jinora heading back to meet her father, Hell, the spirit. Back in the Southern Common Tribe, the rebellion has gathered momentum and Mark is limited in the city. Propaganda and Barrett's technology are doing their job. The Northern forces are pushing back. This has also led to an uptick in those corrupt spirits attacking the city, which Unalaq is able to deal with, but the resistance can't. Cora arrives in the south and immediately goes to face Unalaq. "Unalaq, I know you're just trying to help," she says, "but I know so tactics now. Nothing is over. No! It's clear the south doesn't want the north." Unalaq, "I'm glad you have learned about the path of mission is to sometimes even by untraditional means." Suddenly, a wave of mechs and tanks and guns roll into the southern city. Technology that outpaces those of the southerners. The limited number of waterbeaters are captured and pushed back, and Unalaq seizes back much control of the city. He shows mercy, of course, to those who are willing to lay down their arms and welcomes them. But logics don't want to be a tyrant. Exactly. I mean, he's kind of being a bit of a tyrant. At the same time, he's not the worst tyrant. Which is a third. Mark's part of the city it's what they wanted to. Resistance is left believing that they need more and better
I'll go fence this up.
technology that compete with it. They send out a call to Barrack.
Oh, light.
Barrack and Asami received the call from down south. What earth is giving the technology like ours? I'm going to go see for myself, not Cora. Asami and Barrack agree to set sail south. Meanwhile, Marco Miller...
He doesn't even respond. How boring.
What Tribe Embassy was not a strange company.
This is such a strange weapon. Look at this. There's a lightsaber, but then there's an actual why even bother? Well, is this just a glow stick? Because I gotta glow up.
Tenzin and his family have flying towards the Atlantic. Tenzin recounting their history. They spot an island in the distance, not unlike the very islands that we see washed up on the show. It's an isolated consumer community. An escape from the world as they meet their Sky Bison. Sky Bison was at this point thought to be near extinct, but unlike in the show, these aren't going to be fire minions, right? These aren't going to be fire minions who take care of the Sky Bison. In fact, they won't be minions at all. Now, we already know from the comics that following the Nomad genocide and X Return, were some people tried to emulate Nomad culture. Like, they took on vegetarianism and nomadism for a peaceful spiritual movement, detachment, non-violence. Good at it, but they did try, running one side away. The people on this island aren't trying to copy the Nomads per se. They have been emulating the way of life, the Sky Bison, supposedly for generations. And there are clearly Nomad influences in how they live. Tenzin is astounded to find these people, but isn't sure how to. It was like co-opting his culture.
Oh, never mind. You can use WASD. Never mind.
This lost herd of Sky Bison, surely under his care, right? He has to take them with him. He has to care for them because they're such an important part of his culture. His family tell him to be happy, but wanders off unsure of himself. Episode 11. Night of 1,000 Stars. Cora, having seen the
this is really... Okay, there we go. It is completely random what arrow you're forced to press. So sometimes you can just go 10 whole key presses without being able to damage the thing.
She realizes she was tricked. Of course, the Southern forces are already being pushed back, and taking Unalaq out alone isn't going to solve that problem. Press, as well, captures this moment and paints her as the aggressor. Perhaps as Unalaq intended, the tyrant avatar. Let us decide for ourselves.
I want to see what we gotta do next.
Not quite understanding what happened, Cora flees into the city alleyways. That night, she listens to them go to various summons. They're practicing an ancient obedience. tell
And
her about
also-
all the lands of the South as well, the heritage, old stories and tales, its unique style of
right, it's in Purgatorio.
and not with the teaching part. Nervously, brings on the north is this it's very calm, its tenacity and its cleanness. It's scary. She leaps and punches in the air, ecstatic, and this girl's doing the understand why. She's not. Jenora arrives at this island, puzzled as to why the spirit is joining. She meets this sky bison way of life. It's kind of magical to see so many people immersed in, well, kind of adjacent to her culture, right? The children in the family really would love this community. They love learning about how these people do things, and in turn, they want to show them Airbeam. People living here are excited to see it. I mean, this is them seeing Airbeam for the first time, potentially ever. They want to learn, but of course they're like, well, I don't know if we can. Eventually, Jenora figures out that Tenzin is nowhere to be seen, and she goes off to find him. So, just like in the series, Jenora does have a spiritual arc of her own. She's got a really key storyline that pans out in the end, and I really love the character. She finds Tenzin meditating on the mountain, talking to himself, and doing things. Jenora finds him, they talk about the burden he lost Airbeams, and there's a lot of writing on it, that they have to be perfect for the world, because everyone's there, and everyone's looking at them. Jenora explains that she read in the archives about these acolytes that they met, and he...
I hate how the arrows are the only way you can...
Tenzin feels vindicated, starts walking down the mountain to say, this is my culture, stop this. Well, Jenora continues, but accepted them in a sense, and they helped bring nomad culture back to life. They're still out. Tenzin sighs and admits that she's right. Episode 12, Darkness Falls. Asami arrives in the South Pole to meet Korra, along with a shipment of Varric's new weapons to help the resistance. She asks around to know who is supplying the Alliance forces with the stuff. She goes to Korra, who has snuck around Naga to get to the resistance side of the city. The two are glad to see each other, and
Cool.
desperate show abilities.
What an ironic name.
I've got my water beacon as she cries, and then admits that Lady Asami, who was once an equalist, isn't super keen on that. But Asami assures her that she knows how